your pull-ups are just bicep curls. Whoa, okay, that's a pretty bold claim, right? But what if I told you that for a lot of us, it's brutally honest. We're about to figure out why the exercise you think is building that big back might actually be nothing more than a sloppy, super inefficient bicep curl.
So does this sound familiar? You're stuck. You've been switching your grip for months, maybe years, with zero progress. You've tried the wide grip, the narrow grip, you've even tried that weird neutral grip that some guy at the gym swore was the secret sauce, and still nothing. Your pull-up numbers are completely stalled. Hey, you are not alone in feeling that frustration, trust me.
Well, here's the thing. The big secret? It was never about your grip. You've been focusing on the completely wrong thing. It's like staring at the tip of the iceberg, while the real problem is lurking right below the surface. The truth is, there are four fundamental mistakes that are absolutely killing your pull-up progress, and until you fix them, you're just digging yourself deeper into a hole of bad habits.
Okay, let's get into it. Mistake number 1, the half rep. This one is probably the easiest one to spot, but you know what? It's often the hardest one for our ego to admit. Plain and simple, you're not doing the whole exercise. You're doing half reps.
Just look at the difference here. It's night and day. On the left, you've got a real pull-up. It starts from a dead hang, right? Arms totally straight, elbows locked out. But what do most of us actually do? We start from that position you see on the right. Elbows are already bent, and we're totally skipping the hardest and, honestly, the most important part of the entire movement.
And this is the real price you pay for cutting those corners. Think about it. If you're only doing half the range of motion, you're getting, what? Half the muscle trained, half the stimulus for growth, and yep, you guessed it, half the progress. You're not just doing a sloppy pull-up at this point, you are literally doing a different, much less effective exercise. The takeaway here couldn't be simpler. Go all the way down every single rep.
All right, that leads us right into mistake number 2, and this one is huge. This is probably the single biggest reason your pull-ups feel more like a bicep burner than a back builder. You're completely forgetting to use your back.
Listen up, because this is the key. Before your arms even begin to bend, your shoulder blades, your scapula, have to be the first thing that moves. They have to pull down. That's the on switch. That's the signal that tells your lats, hey, it's go time. If you skip that tiny, crucial first step, guess what happens? Your biceps just take over the whole show.
And look, this isn't just some gym bro theory. This study is pretty wild. They asked people, hey, where do you feel the pull-up when you're doing it? And a whopping 85% of them said their arms and shoulders. Only 15% actually felt it in their back and lats. You know, the muscles the exercise is supposed to be for. So be honest with yourself for a second. Where do you feel it?
So how do we fix this? How do we get your brain and your back talking to each other again? Well, we do it with a simple but crazy powerful drill called the scapular pull-up. All this is an exercise to retrain your brain to fire the right muscles in the right order.
Now, when you do this, it's gonna look like almost nothing is happening, and that's exactly why most people skip it. But please do not underestimate this move. You just hang from the bar, keep your arms totally straight, and then, without bending your elbows at all, just pull your shoulder blades down and away from your ears. Then let them come back up, and that's it. Do like 10 of these before your pull-up sets. It'll wake up your back and get it ready to do the heavy lifting.
Okay, time to tackle the big one. The one myth that has us all constantly adjusting our hands on the bar, thinking it's going to make all the difference. Yeah, let's talk about the grip myth.
You know the saying, go wide to get wide, right? The wide grip feels harder, so it's got to be better for building lats, right? Wrong. Totally wrong. The science on this is crystal clear. Multiple EMG studies, that's where they stick electrodes on your muscles, have shown that lat activation is basically the same across all grip widths. Wide, narrow, doesn't matter. So you've been putting your shoulders in a pretty sketchy position for pretty much no extra benefit.
So all that worrying about how wide your grip is, it's a complete distraction. The real issue, like we just talked about, is your shoulder position. The question you should be asking is, are my shoulder blades pulling down before my arms bend? That's what decides if your lats are working, not how many inches are between your pinkies.
So let's just make this super simple. From now on, here's your new default grip. Just a simple shoulder width overhand grip. That's it. Done. Stop overthinking it and put all that brain power into focusing on your form. And that brings us to the fourth and final mistake we need to fix. This one's all about what the rest of your body, from your chest down to your toes, is doing during the pull.
Okay, so you've basically got two choices here for your body position.
On the left, you see the hollow body position. Yeah, it looks clean, it looks very gymnasty, but it fires up the front of your body, your anterior chain. It's actually working against the very back muscles you're trying to train. But on the right, you've got the arched back position. This keeps your entire posterior chain, all the muscles on your backside, engaged and firing through the whole rep. So if your goal is building a bigger back, the arched back is the clear winner. It's not even close.
All right, so let's put this all together. We've just torn down the 4 big mistakes that have been holding you back. So now, let's build your new perfect pull-up rep from the ground up.
This right here, this is your new checklist. I want you to literally take this with you to the gym. Number 1, start every single rep from a full, complete dead hang. Number 2, the first thing that moves is your scapula pulling down. Wake up that back. Number 3, just use a simple shoulder width grip. And number 4, pull with your chest up, leading the way with a slight arch in your back.
And this really gets to the core of what we're talking about. Forget about chasing a high number of reps. It's about making every single rep count. I'm telling you, 5 perfect reps done this way will do more for your back and your strength than 10, even 15 of whatever you were doing before. It's quality over quantity, period.
So I'm going to leave you with a challenge. Next time you go to the gym, get on the pull-up bar. Apply these 4 fixes and find out how many real pull-ups can you do. Now, I'll warn you, the number might be a lot lower than you think. It might even be humbling. But that number, that's your real number. That's your new baseline. And from that point on, that's where the real progress finally begins.